Hello friends, so delighted to be part of this masterclass on marketing. So for the purpose of clarity, we have divided this marketing subject into three parts. First one being when you are planning to launch a shopping center, pre-planning of a shopping center. Second, when you have launched the shopping center and the initial few months and quarters when you have to really make sure that the consumers are well aware of what is going on in the shopping center. And thirdly, when the shopping center is already launched in the sustainable phase, that we have to sustain it, grow it, sales per square feet, the density of the retailers have to go up, planning of churning that what brands are not working out and then replacing it with the better brands. When we say better means only which produce sales per square feet which is much better than the previous occupier. And then growing it year by year. That's the challenge every shopping center has to face at many occasions. Very delighted to introduce you to Gitanjali, who is heading marketing at Select City Walk, and the representative team members. So over to Gitanjali.
So just to add to what Sir was saying, if we were to try and understand what mall marketing is all about, well, historically, if we try and understand, when the malls first opened in Spain, mall marketing was all about actually attracting and retaining retailers. So it was more of a B2B marketing. However, as the years have progressed, today mall marketing is all about actually attracting the relevant footfall and to help that footfall spend more at the mall. And this has further actually progressed into a date and era where people or malls actually look at how we can create an emotional connect with the consumers or help and bring out that aspect of loyalty and actually also give a value proposition to the customers, because of which the customer continues to keep coming back to the shopping center.
So straight away jumping to the components of a marketing team in our sense that what all needs to be taken care, and if we break it down to different heads, because nowadays with the technology and consumer being very aware that every function is becoming very focused and specialized. So one thing which is very critical to note in the beginning itself is that the marketing team should also represent some part of your consumer segment, because many a times consumer is very evolved, they are very well aware of the brands, they are well traveled. On the other hand, sometimes the leasing team and the marketing team are unable to catch up, because a shopping center has many aspects of it. For example, cosmetics to fitness to cafes to restaurants to fine dining to apparel, fast fashion, many categories. So for a limited group to know all categories is not that easy. It is very important that the team itself should also be at least trying to catch up with the trends and the consumer is looking at. What is consumer, how the consumer is evolving. The team also has to take care of that. So first aspect I would like to say, I'll write it down for the purpose of clarity. Key components. Would be first like a brand communication. When I say brand, it means the shopping center brand. And the PR. Second would be decor. Third would be activations and promotions and exhibitions, events. Fourth would be the occupier relationships. Now, any decent size shopping center would have a multi-fold of occupiers representing different categories. Then for shopping center to have a lot of stories every day is not that easy, because there's so much you can do. But occupiers or retailers or the brands, they have every week a new story, if not more. Either they're launching a new collection, or there's a season change, or there's a sale, or there's a discount offer. There are many aspects retailer takes into account to sell more. So the most important responsibility of this department is to highlight whatever the retailer is trying to do to a larger audience or the catchment. Or the basic catchment and then the satellite towns, because we have seen that for any shopping center there is one immediate catchment and there is a satellite towns which people come to that town or that center. Fifth one is like a CSR or corporate social responsibility, wherein this also is equally important. On a second thought, none of these can be secondary to any other aspect. All of them are equally important, because if you miss any of these, there will be something lacking in the shopping center. And from consumers' perspective, they want to come out, they want to buy, and they need a reason to come out. And with this e-commerce coming into picture now, which has grown very rapidly and very nicely, all of us are a consumer of e-commerce somewhere. Now, shopping center also have to add on to the delivery system or some convenience, though the primary objective remains that people should come to the shopping center, they should spend some time there, they should sell more, the frequency of buying should be higher. However, the convenience should also be added as like e-commerce. So delivery services or click and collect, and all these retailers are trying to adapt to those. So we will stay with only the brick and mortar at the moment, how we can invent or innovate to bring more consumers to the physical side of the shopping center. From fifth, we'll straight away go to the sixth, which is the most fastest growing segment, which is digital marketing. And this itself in itself is a subject, and we need a specialized person or team of professionals to deal with it, because at the moment it's very cost effective and the reach is very, very wider to reach the consumers. So we'll take a pause here and we'll get into the details of each one of these, and I'll request my colleague Gitanjali to take it forward by the component wise.
So to briefly describe the various functions of marketing, the first is brand communication and PR. This essentially entails what is the communication that we want to send out to the consumer or to our shopper. This could be about what the brand stands for, or what is it that we are trying to promote in the mall in terms of events, in terms of promotions. This could be also about what the retailer wants to say, so a new collection or the percentage of sale. There are various mediums or medias that we use in order to communicate this message. So this could be through print advertising, which entails essentially newspaper, or through magazines. This could be outdoor advertising. This could be even actually reaching out to media through public relations. The next function, which is also very, very important, where attracting the consumers into the mall is concerned, is about events, is about promotions, is about decor. So as the name suggests, it is all about various activities that we do so that it can really attract the customer to come back to this mall. So during festival, the kind of decor that we put, or during the end of the year, the kind of food festivals or the exhibitions that we hold, or during Black Friday, the kind of EOSS sales promotions that we do. Everything comes together as events and activations in the mall. In addition to this, we also do certain kind of promotions, which could be with a third party or which could be with external people who can come and showcase. So it further enhances the value proposition that we want to offer to our shopper.
Hi, I would like to explain the significance of events and promotions in mall marketing. Let us now try and understand how to decode what goes behind planning for an event in the mall. I would like to make it more easier for all of you by dividing into 3 stages: ideation, planning, and action. The first objective for us by planning an event is to understand and define the right kind of target audience. After which comes the ideation stage, where we assess, evaluate all our creative ideas that helps us to generate additional footfall, revenue, and increase the customer experience of the mall. The next step is the planning stage, where we screen all our partners and the execution plan for the event. And the last stage comes the action stage, where we plan and action the event setup from installation to dismantling of the same with all the safety protocols. A customer mall dwell time should not only be valued every second, but enriched with newer experience every time it enters the mall. This is our modus operandi and singular driver for all our efforts as a marketing team.
One of the key functions that the marketing team actually takes care of is the occupier-tenant relationship, or if I was to make it easy, it is the relationship between the brand and the mall, and together how they are able to create different kind of shopping promotions, different kind of value propositions to be able to reach out to the customer and really entice the customer with this offering.
Our relationship with our brands and brand managers are very, very important because there are so many malls in the market. The same number of brands are going to be there at all the malls. How do you stand out? It is only when you establish a strong relationship with your point of contact is when they will go above and beyond and co-create a unique experience at Select City Walk.
Brand and the mall essentially has to work together if they have to succeed in the market, and it cannot happen if we do not have a collaborative thought process around that.
Hello, this is Amna from Reliance Brands. As you all know, we have a huge bouquet of Reliance brands at Select City Walk and share a long-standing relationship with them. With Select City Walk team, they're like our own internal teams and we don't treat them as our partners. We pretty much communicate every day, whether it's for something as small as placing a standee to discussing our country brand launches.
CSR becomes a very important part of marketing because marketing has the ability to reach out to a larger number of people and connect those people to the brand. CSR plays a role in marketing in enhancing the image of the brand. People always feel comfortable to come to a mall which not only has wonderful brands and has great offers, but also has a good reputation.
Hi, to understand the role of digital marketing for a shopping center, we can categorize that into two segments. First could be social media, and second could be digital innovations. When you come to social media, we can think about the platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and different social media channels which empowers you a two-way communication with your customers.
So digital marketing is a key focus area for malls because it helps to differentiate us from the rest of our competitors. Also, it helps in being a two-way street for communication with our audience, where not only can we put out certain things, but we get to understand the pulse of our customers. So for us at Select City Walk, content is truly king. We believe that if it's not fun and interesting, it's not going to be consumed by the audience. So across the realm of everything that we do, which includes influencer marketing, brand posts and generic content, we make sure we give it a spin that users would be interested in seeing. So whether it's influencer content being woven into a story or giving a spin to creatives that are sent by brands, we make sure our content is not plain vanilla, and that is the reason our engagement is higher than many of our competitors.
When we talk about digital innovations, we can think about machine learning, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, geo-targeting, and various CRM tools that empowers you to reach out to the same customers with a clear and defined demographic.
Financial aspect of this function, first and foremost, is that how much budget is to be allocated for this function, and this is always debatable because but the most important way of linking it is the gross revenue or net revenue of the center, shopping center. So this percentage varies from like 3% to 4% to 5%, and some cases it goes up to 6% also, depending upon what stage the shopping center is and what is the requirement of the shopping center. Now, having arrived at this percentage, and supposing this percentage comes to 100 rupees, then how do we allocate this further into various aspects? So first and foremost is like brand communication, and PR. So maybe 22 to 25 rupees can be allocated here. Then comes events, So another 22 to 25 rupees can be allocated to this function. Thirdly, coming to the digital marketing. So this spend, which was initially very low, started with 5 to 7%, now is grown up to 20% and is further going in this direction to 25 to 30%. And the reason is that here we are able to track how it is performing. Fourth, we can go to occupier relationships, where the money could be in the range of 20%. So this may seem a little lower, but this is one of the most important, and there's an opportunity cost because most of shopping centers will give away their own spaces, own signage, own support. So externally, the cost may be little, it seems may lower, but actual this is a higher number. And then finally, the corporate social responsibility, which is like 5 to 7 or 8 rupees. So if you add up, this should come to 100 rupees. Now, the boardroom battle is that how much percentage of the gross revenue we have to take. If a shopping center is doing extremely well, then this percentage, even 3% will in absolute terms, will be a higher number. And if a shopping center is a small size shopping center and it's not in a tier 1 or tier 2 city, then it will be, even if a higher percent will amount to a lower absolute number. So by sincere learning from so many years of working for a shopping center is that this should not be taken as an expense. This is an investment, because if we start cutting corners on these amounts, it definitely affects the shopping center in the long run. And we have clear case studies where if we cut down on one of these anywhere, costs or effort, both. I mean, cost alone is not important, because how do we spend? It comes back to that, how do we spend? Because same amount can produce wonderful results and same amount can go down the drain without bringing effects. This occupier events or occupier highlighting their stories is again very critical, because there are too many combinations and permutations possible wherein you can, a shopping center marketing person can take some stuff from them, create an event around the category, and create an event around the brand. So this is very, very important. Ultimately, the objective should always be that, number one, if we have to summarize, that more visitors. Second, more conversions. And when we say visitors, so further down, relevant visitors. When I say relevant, those who are shoppers and they're converting faster. Third, frequency of visit. This will go up only when we give them reasons to come. So we have to create many, many reasons for shoppers to come back to the shopping center, and the verdict is already out that shopping centers are irreplaceable. These are spaces where people want to come. There are occasions in the family, in the friend circle, and people want to come out. So we have to give them reasons to come out and create memories and shop more.
One of the key challenges I think all mall marketing teams today face is the aspect of being able to know who exactly their customer is. Like, you know how through e-commerce companies, how they know like till the last detail about the customer. Somehow being a brick and mortar establishment, it becomes difficult. But we really feel that as a mall marketing team, for each organization to invest in, in all the applications which give us the ability to be able to understand and to be able to track who our real customer is. So whether it is through a loyalty program, whether it is through events through which we collect data, whether it is just having those conversations with customers and getting to know them better. I think all of this put together will also help us understand what is the need gap that the customer has and how our shopping center can help reach out to this target audience and also help to serve them better.
So this brings us to another topic, which is a slightly tightrope walk, which is the COVID impact. Now, we were all taken by surprise and very bad situation where shopping centers were the last ones to open and still opening up in the country. And at that time, marketing department's role was always debated and discussed that what should be the right approach. Shall we spend more to bring more people to the shopping center, or shall we restrict our spending because people are anyway not coming, so why waste money on something which is elusive, and people will not come because they're scared, and they're rightly scared. So this posed a great challenge and debate within the team, and we had to really start slow, because we did not want people to come in groups and fill the shopping center, because social distancing norms and COVID norms were very strict, and government or the regulatory bodies expected that we should not go overboard and land in a situation which is uncontrollable. So we had to be more alert, we had to be more agile, so to say, that every weekend was, or every weekday was observed carefully, that how many people are required to come, so that the shopping center is able to sustain, at the same time not overcrowding. And the moment if we felt that there are more number of people in the shopping center, so footfall management became one of the major function of the team. And there is always a discussion between operations team, safety and security team, and the marketing team, because many times marketing team thinks out of the box, which is their job. But when they think out of the job, they do not get enough support from the people, from the team, like maybe it could be operations team, or it could be a legal team that's saying that, or a safety security team saying that this is not permitted, or this is in the grey, can we check with the government regulatory bodies? And generally people are on the side of caution. They do not want to go overboard. So to summarize, cutting marketing cost comes first in everybody's mind, but this is not a good idea, because people want reasons, people want to be convinced that there is a reason to come to the shopping center. And anyway, people consumers have their birthdays, they have anniversaries, they have occasions, they are wanting to come out. So we have to assure that their experience at the mall is more memorable and in line with what they expected, or we have to beat their expectations on the positive side, not give them reasons for not to come again. So with this, I will stop here and request Gitanjali and the team to take this forward.
So after hearing all this, I think eventually mall marketing boils down to one simple fundamental rule. How are we going to ensure that our shopping mall stands out? So whether it is in terms of communication, what I say, how does my advertising stand out, or how does it reach out to the customers, whether the decor that we do, how interactive it is, how beautiful it is, whether the events that we do, are these innovative, are these exclusive, whether it is the retailer partnerships, what is the best exclusive deal that we can bring out. It eventually just comes down to this one fundamental principle of making my shopping mall stand out, reaching to the correct customer, to the correct catchment, and bringing them back again and again to the mall. Thank you.
So sometimes we undermine the role of marketing over any other function. I don't want to undermine any other function, but marketing is an equally important and sometimes more important when the shopping center is not. For example, it's a fixed asset. You have a fixed piece of land, a building is in place, operations have achieved their excellence. Then comes occupier mix, which is also likely fixed for a relatively longer period of time, because shops are there for 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. So the most important function, how do we bring in consumers? The responsibility comes back to the marketing department, and that's a very, very critical role. I have seen some mistakes in the industry where everything was put in place without considering the catchment, without considering the market survey, or without identifying the range of consumers you want to bring in a shopping center. And then ultimately the whole objective of putting together this building goes haywire. So I feel since the inception of a shopping center, marketing team and marketing professionals should be taken into account. Not to be fully led by them at the same time, because sometimes they think too much out of the box and not so relevant. But so there's a coordination between the leasing team, the operations team, and the marketing team is foremost for a success of a shopping center. Thank you.